Hey, I'm Matt Hudgens, and he's Dave Mulvaney, and this is Profitability MD. Dave, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm great, Matt. How are you?
Life is good. A beautiful little fall day up here in Atlanta. How about you?
Beautiful fall day here in 85-degree Florida.
That's still summertime. I don't know what you're talking about.
Still summer till mid-November at least.
That's good. All right, man. So this is episode 95. Wow, that's a lot of episodes. Episode 95, we're kind of building upon last week's how to use persuasive offers, 4 methods to use free trials. This is going to be a continuation. Episode 95 is using value-added bonuses to persuade. So how to use value-added bonuses to persuade. So just kind of continuation of last week's conversation. I got some good feedback from some guys this past week and talk about value-added bonuses, right? So they're basically kind of 4 ways you're going to use value-added bonuses to kind of augment people's purchases or incentivize them to purchase or make irresistible offers, right? And so like the number 1 way or reason to add a value-added bonus is just to increase the perceived value of what you're offering, right? Again, you know, sometimes I told you I have trouble sleeping, so infomercials are famous for this, right? You know, we'll double your order, just pay shipping, right?
My Pillow guy, you know, we'll now get 2 My Pillows.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Value added, right? Or as a value added bonus, you get the salad forks with the steak knives.
Would
right?
you like? Yeah. Would you like fries and a drink? That was one of the wow, all of that for that price, right? So more. I mean, that's combining offers. Granted, not quite the same, but.
No, that's great stuff. That's exactly right. We talked about before. We haven't used this one before, but a real estate agent could offer, you know, basically kind of $1,000 towards the closing, right? Now, it'd be a better perceived value instead of putting that on some piece of paper, $1,000 toward the closing cost. You could do $1,000 for new carpet, $1,000 towards new paint, $1,000 towards landscaping.
Blinds. Now, I know somebody who does $1,000 towards blinds, and the beauty of it, it's an expensive area of Ponte Vedra Beach. Give you $1,000 towards blinds, and then the blind person actually comps that $1,000 to get the lead. So it doesn't cost her anything.
Right. It's the perfect joint venture, right?
Yeah.
So you could be the real estate agent, the $1,000 bonus, $1,000 towards painting. And like you said, the blind person, the blinds.
Yeah, not the blind person, but yeah.
The blinds gives it, you know, she just takes $1,000 off and it didn't really cost the real estate agent anything. But now you got a joint venture. So that blinds person is looking for opportunities for the real estate agent, right? The painter, same thing with the painter, $1,000 off your paint job, right? Well, if they're going to have several rooms painted, the painter could really just give it for free, right? You know, $1,000 off from compliments of, you know, real estate agent Janie, right?
Yeah.
But now he loves the real estate agent. He's recommending her, right? So a great way to use that, and that's what some of these strategies do, is now you've created a value-added bonus for your buyer, but also you've created a value-added joint venture. Now you've got a joint venture, somebody cross-refer.
And this is an area, you know, on that same line, this is an area where, okay, so, you know, a lot of times you buy especially a new house, there's no blinds on it. Sure, the spec home might show blinds, but there's no blinds. And now you get the, you know, the what are they? I can't think of what they're called, plantation shutters or whatever.
Yep.
They're not cheap. I mean, you can do just a couple windows and hit the 1,000 mark pretty easy, but they're really nice. So now, of course, your referral is to somebody that, you know, that is really good at what they do. And now the person is like, wow, I got really good value out of that. And I mean, it goes a long way. And it
goes a long way. Yeah. We talked about a little bit before, you know, carpet cleaners, you know, your first room free, the value-added bonus, but one of the other value bonuses could be like spot removal for a year, right? So you're doing spot removal for a year, that actually keeps you in contact with that customer for a year, right? So let's say they call you 3-4 months later because the dog peed on the carpet or something. You got to come back out there and check it out, but now you're stayed in front of that, or that 1 year is about to expire. Hey, 1 year, you know, free spot removal is about to expire. Anything we can do for you, right? It's like that. We talked about this with HVAC guys, right? That it's, you know, the first year's annual checkup for free. Oil changes, right? When you buy a new car, usually they'll do the service for the first year, 2 years for free. Well, that's so they get you in there in case they need any other repairs or any upsells, right? To keep you in front of it so you didn't go somewhere off site to get your servicing done, right?
There's a dealer here in town that does the they'll give you free tires on your Toyota for life.
Okay.
But in order to do that, you've got to have the tires rotated every, I think it's every 5,000 miles. And,
Okay.
and then, of course, their thing is, well, while you're in here to get the oil change, we can rotate the tires. So they keep you coming in for life.
Yes.
They got all the maintenance on your vehicle. So, yeah, they're giving you free tires, probably the cheapest, but they make it up in the service side. They're not giving it away, really.
No, that's exactly right. And that goes back to, we said this before, you got to know your numbers. What's the lifetime value of your client? What are some upsells or cross sells or joint venture referrals you're going to do this? So you got to know your numbers. What
they're going to put
what is the value? Yeah, you got to know.
They're going to put you in a new car in 5 years anyway, so they're going to buy you one set of tires. If you think about that, because 2 tires usually go 2.5, 3 years, right? So they know they're going to put one set of tires on, and the next time you need, way before you need tires, they're already going to sell you a new car.
Yeah, so exactly right. Free eye exam when you buy a pair of glasses or contacts, right? So again, all this stuff, we want to test it small, right? Don't, test it out, make adjustments, right? All these things, test small. Number 2, to increase the size and the frequency of people's purchases, right? We've talked about this before, like a hair salon. So maybe a free pedicure if you buy, get your hair dyed as well. Buy the combo haircut, hair dye package. We'll give you a free pedicure, and you use the pedicure lady next door to you, and you do it during her off hours or her less busy period. Oh, you got to come between 10 and 12 on Tuesdays to get that free pedicure, right?
And it's evident that you nor I spend that much money on her hair.
Right. Well, I've done this with my chiropractor before, which would be a discount massage, right? So the chiropractor has a masseuse inside the office, right? And so it's a combo of massage and chiropractic adjustment for a discounted value between the two. I'm going to come back to her as well. Oil change. Talked about oil change already before. 10% off for additional purchase, right? The next, buy the windshield wipers, buy the blah, 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 you get a 10% off, right? And hopefully the oil guy's doing his own little checklist, like you just mentioned, for the service department, right? Sure. These are very related, right?
Yeah, and they're always, when you, I think it's so hard to get a new customer in the door. It's so much better to give that existing customer something that keeps them coming back. I mean, that's ultimately, we're talking about adding a bonus. And what is that? Like one of the things that we do to our repeat customers is we add bandanas and different things on our auto ship customers so that they have these ongoing things, and those bandanas have our logo on them, of course.
Right.
But it's
value added bonus for them, but it's also good for you, right? Well, okay, so this goes on to the next one. Number 3, acts as an incentive for non-purchases. So we talk about ethical bribes. You heard that term before. Kind of ethical. I'm going to give you this. I get, financial advisors do it all the time. 2 free dinners to come listen to timeshares. Talked about that last time. Timeshares, come spend a weekend for discounted value, but you got to listen to my 90-minute sales presentation of the timeshares, right? This would be a great one for I was thinking about this before we got on the call, a combination of a moving company and a landscape guy. And so the landscape guy could team up with a mover, and the mover could say, hey, move with us, and you get, free landscaping, your first landscaping done, or your bed of flowers done. And so really, almost like we talked about earlier, for the real estate agent, the landscaper is just trying to get in front of a new client. Somebody who moves in the neighborhood doesn't have a landscaper. Let me get in front of it and do the flowers around their mailbox for free, and maybe I can be their landscaper going forward. Right?
Well, there are so many movers, and it surprises me that they never have like a referral partner who hangs TVs and does all of those things that are such a pain in the butt when you buy a house. So you're moving in, and if the mover said, hey, by the way, we're going to give you $50 off. These people come out and hang your TVs. They'll do all of your electronic hookup, whatever. I'm just using that as an example. And it's a real problem for people moving into a house. So you got to think of the problems your clients are going to have when they move in, and give them a way to solve that as a value add.
Well, yeah, and it's funny you say that, because so real estate agents, I've worked with real estate agents before, and so these referral type stuff, there's stuff they can and can't do. The financial compensations are difficult, but if you do that, like you said, $1,000 for the blinds, but then it really was a discount and have to exchange money. But there's nothing to say that your husband can't have the handyman business, the hardwood floor business, the blind business. Your husband couldn't have the new painting business, right? So if you're a real estate agent, it may not be you who gets the benefit, but your spouse might have their own business or their own consulting firm, and the spouse is the handyman, new painter, new landscaping, right? And that's how you could have the joint venture. So all these things, you can offer value-added bonuses to your clients and also create a joint venture for yourself, right? If you're a home builder, I got a buddy who's a home builder. You're a home builder, you could team up with the blinds person, right? You buy the home with us, you get $1,000 off the blinds. Really, the blinds person is just loving you as the home builder because every time you sell one of their homes, you're sending them to get the blinds done, right?
Yeah, we have a
joint venture partner.
We have a giant customers in the tile and flooring business, mostly tile and stone. And all builders send their clients in, of course, and all of those are reciprocated by the tile place back to the builder. In other words, the builder is got an allowance for the customer that might be, let's say, $4 a square foot for flooring, and the client goes in and picks out $4 a square foot flooring, but it really costs the builder less, like $3.20 a square foot. So the builder's making up some money on the flooring that he might have lost on the concrete. Sometimes it's just they're trying to make up losses. But again, the client thinks they're getting a discount when they go into that store to pick it out because the retail price might be $6. So those are real value to the customer, but at the same time, don't always cost you the same amount that you're giving out.
Right. Value-added bonus. I've seen that, free color consultation with the painter, right? So the painter and the spouse is a color coordinator, right? So you have usually $500 for a color consultation. We'll give it free if we're painting your whole house. We've talked about that. Used to be there's a Home Depot has a kitchen renovation place, the kind of standalone kind of store, and they'll do free kitchen designs if you buy the kitchen cabinets through them, right? Or the kitchen.
You shop at Costco on occasion, don't you?
Yeah, all the time, man.
So you see the people in the front selling the air conditioning and thing. I always wonder, I'm like, does anybody ever buy an air conditioner from them? Because they're always there on the way out.
It's huge. It's actually huge because they got all that stuff. Garage doors in the front. They've got air conditioning. I'm sorry, in the back on the way out. Air conditions, HVAC, water filters. Yes, they do, because the same kind of stuff. It's people are walking through there anyway. You're paying somebody whatever, $10, $15 an hour to stand there. They only need one sale every 2 or 3 days to make it well worth their while for a new air conditioner, or a new garage door, or a new granite countertops. So yeah, it's a great way for them to offer value added. Hey, because you're a Costco customer, you get 10% off an air conditioner, 10% off countertops, 10% off garage doors. So you're exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, these are happening all around, and I think a lot of times we don't even realize all of it that's happening. So
yeah, and most of the small business owners don't realize. The last thing I was motivate to fill underutilized capacity, right? So I used this example earlier, but go back to the chiropractor who has the massage person in house, right? So it's let's say it's a Tuesday morning and you don't have the massage person booked for the whole day, right? You could have your email blast list that says, hey, get an adjustment and a 50% off a massage today, right? And the reason is the masseuse is already there and you're paying her to be here all day, yet she's got 3 open spots, right? Well, you can offer, so it's a sunk cost. You're already paying her to be there, right? Let me get somebody to get a massage, but I'll combine it with, get the adjustment and the massage. Anyway, that's great excess capacity. You could have excess capacity. You talk about a CPA. CPAs are really busy. Tax season, it's October 15th is the deadline tomorrow for your taxes, for your personal return. Then they're kind of quiet for the next month and a half before December. During that downtime, you could do free tax reviews, free tax assessments, free tax planning kind of stuff, just to, again, value added.
And I want to add something right now. If you are a CPA and you're watching this, a lot of the people who did the PPE loans, they might need a review before the end of the year to see how many of those things how many of the deductions that they can get so they don't have to pay back a portion of that loan. That can be a free value add right now for some of your clients.
Yeah, free value added. That's even a service you can charge for. So I was dealing with a CPA back in the spring, and they were charging a separate fee. Hey, I'll help you get the PPP loan.
We had somebody on our show. I'm sorry.
We did Flint on, exactly right. CPA talking about that exact thing. So you can charge for these services. You could offer these services. Let me do a tax review and a free help you fill out the PPP payment form, right? There you go, because now you got to pay off the PPP loan, and you can help them fill it out for free if they let you review their taxes, because hopefully you'll save them on taxes and get them to be your customer, right? Early bird specials, restaurants do that all the time. Excess capacity, you come in before 6 o'clock, so whatever the early bird, old folks, 5 to 6 special, right? The oil change and yogurt. I was thinking of a combo. Go back. We talked about oil change already 3 times today. It could be like the yogurt store. They're not busy. I don't know, 2 to 4, right? So it could be, if somebody gets an oil change, give them a coupon for the free yogurt, because if that kind of parents would have little kids, because older kids are in school. So you got your 3-year-old, you get your oil change, you get to run next door, get the yogurt for the kid, maybe you buy one for yourself. But you got excess capacity because nobody's coming in your yogurt store from 2 to 4 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yep.
Right. So again, another joint venture, another value added. You've got underutilized capacity, right?
And part of that is when you have a neighbor, and a lot of times businesses are neighbor, and they never get to know each other. And sometimes just like doing this referral back and forth, before long you realize, oh wow, I could use their service, or vice versa, and they'll give you a deal just because you've been referring people, and vice versa.
So I mean, these work for like the 3 types of businesses this works for, right? The value-added bonuses. It works for commodity-type businesses, right? The oil changes we mentioned, the chiropractors we mentioned, right? That you think you're competing on price, but if you could combine it with somebody, especially consultants. We talked about CPAs and a value-added bonus for them. And then, if you got a superior product, I know my product is great if I could just get it in front of them. Remember we talked about free trials last week. We're talking about a value-added bonus. If I could combine my stuff with somebody else's, if perceived value is higher, and I just got to get them to use it. So my joke is that's basically every business.
That's every business, right? So
this can work for every business, but it makes you think outside the box, because again, I was talking to a sign guy just yesterday. He makes signs and stuff. And what does a sign guy do? He makes signs for other business owners. Every customer of his is a potential joint venture. Yes. Every single one.
Yes. And you can't say it any other way.
Hadn't even crossed his mind. Never even thought about a joint venture with any of his customers, much less every single customer is a potential joint venture partner.
And the flip side of that is, okay, so, there are a lot of sign businesses. They all have outside sales reps. They're constantly banging doors. Well, if every customer you have becomes a referral partner, now your sales force grows exponentially every time you add a customer, because you're doing a joint venture with them.
Yep. Exactly right. Exactly right. So we talked about free trials, just try to get it into people's hands. This time we're talking about value-added bonuses and how you buy this and you get that. Buy this service, you get that as a value. So then you're increasing value, but you're also helping yourself not compete on price. We haven't really talked much about this, but the reason people are comparing you to pricing is because you haven't given them anything else to compare to, right? But if you are a CPA who also does whatever, the PPP loan, you do that in addition to that. If you're got their hairdo and I get my nails done for free or a discount, that makes more sense, right? If you're a dentist and you get the free teeth whitening or discounted teeth whitening, the value added bonus come in, right? You get the bonus of doing this. I'm incentivizing you to come in here, but it might be to make my perceived value of my product or service seem bigger, better to you, right?
And unique. You want to be, it's sometimes just 1 or 2 things make you unique, and that uniqueness, in the copywriting world, we always say that your bonus the bonus in the end should be enough to make the person want to buy whatever it is the main offer is.
Right, there you go.
So if your bonus is what, now it depends on the price tag. If you're selling a $50,000 item and your bonus is a $5,000 this or that, I don't know. That'd be a great bonus on a $50,000 item. But if that was, and that you needed that $50,000 item anyway, let's say it's a pool. You're going to build a house and you're going to get a pool, and they offered you a free cleaning system, that in-floor cleaning system. That's a great bonus to get you were going to build a pool anyway, but I got to choose between all these pool builders, and you're going to put the free in-floor cleaning system. I'm going with the guy who gives the free
Yeah. We talked about this with the restaurants in a previous one, right? Is it better to get 10 or 15% off, or is it better to get a free appetizer or a free bottle of wine or a free dessert, right? There's scientific research that says people would rather have the free wine or the free appetizer. That's better than the 10% off coupon, right? Is the free appetizer, the free dessert, because the perceived value is greater. Hey, I was going to spend whatever, $25 for the meal anyway, and I get the bottle of wine, or and I get the appetizer or the dessert, right? That there's a perceived value because you're adding a bonus onto that as opposed to the 10% off coupon. And we talked about the part of that is you're increasing your margins, right? We talked about how that was a whole different conversation, how discounting hurts your margins because that 10% comes right off your profit, not off your overall sale
and
price.
BOGOs outperform other sales. BOGO outperforms sales like by 85 to 1. It's astronomical.
It's huge, right? Yeah. Instead of like, buy a shirt 25% off, it's buy your second shirt 50% off.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really the same as 25% off each shirt, but you got a bigger purchase. You got 2 shirts bought, right? Because the perceived value is greater, right?
And sometimes just the increase in volume can offset that because you get a better price from your vendor who's supplying you those shirts. Yeah. Another person you want to partner with is vendors if you can. So.
Oh, we talked about value-added bonuses. Yeah, I mean, anyway, we go on for miles, but it's just good. It was just a continuation of some conversations I had outside of that from the feedback we had last week about our free trials. So value-added bonuses, but all this, again, are strategies to make yourself, like you said, unique. And unique doesn't have to be better. Unique is different. You're trying to make yourself differentiate yourself from your competition. So they're not comparing you on price. Yeah. They're comparing you on the value. I get this and this. I get this and that value-added bonus, right? So now you're differentiating yourself. You're unique. You're becoming unique from your competition. And they can't really compare you on price because you got this value-added bonus or this value-added service. And the painter who offers color consultation, right? It's wow, I get both those for the same price or just a little bit more. So, you could even be a premium price because you have the value added because you're not comparing on price anymore. So different is unique is better by definition. Whether it's really better or not, it's different. It's unique. That differentiates you from your from your competition, which makes it easier, or should we say easier for you to differentiate, more difficult for them to compare themselves to you, right? You're the value added guy, right? But this is the kind of stuff, again, we talk about in our mastermind group, right? You got to think about this. I just told you I talked to a sign guy yesterday. Never even thought about joint ventures with any of his customers, much less the potential joint venture is every single one of your businesses who's having a sign made, right? And so, again, you don't know what you don't know. But this is the kind of stuff we talk about in our mastermind group, how to use free trials, how to use value-add bonuses, how to differentiate yourself from the competition, how to have perceived value, how to be unique, how to differentiate yourself from your customers, right? As you talk about in a mastermind group, you're going to look and apply towards ours. Dave and I are looking to add a few more guys to our group. Matt at profitabilitymd.com, Dave at profitabilitymd.com. We'll get to know you, get to know us, a little interview process, see if we're a good fit. But those are the type of stuff. You don't know what you don't know. This guy, the sign guy, didn't even know or think about joint ventures. Didn't even think about value-added bonuses. Didn't even think about any of that stuff because he just didn't know. He didn't think about it. So profitabilitymd.com. We got our Profitability MD YouTube channel, and obviously this is a podcast, Profitability MD. But I don't know, man. I get excited about all this kind of stuff. Free trials, value-added bonuses.
You think about our mastermind. Sometimes just getting out of your business allows you to see your business in a different way. And it's like they say, get out of your own way. Well, you get out of your business sometimes and you see this whole thing. Oh, wow, I can do all of these other things to increase sales in my business without adding overhead, without adding extra people and all of that.
Yep.
And you can increase your profitability. That's why our show is all about profit, not just increasing your sale. It's about not putting you as the lowest price. You want to get whatever that price is so your profit is locked in. And that's why we're profitability.
Teaching you how to make more money, take more time off, pay less in taxes. That's what we're all about.
That's it.
All right, man. This is a good show. I enjoyed it.
All right, Matt. Take care. Have a great evening.
All right. See you.